Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. If you are new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. If you can like our videos, it helps push us onto the YouTube algorithm. Comment your thoughts. It goes off like a fan forum every single episode, which is absolutely massive. And if you can subscribe, we're so close now to 9,000 subscribers, which is a huge number. It's something I'm proud of. So if you can keep subscribing, it'll mean the world to me, and just make it all worthwhile for us. All of our content is free, so it's free to subscribe. So just click that button, 2 seconds, and it'll mean the world to me. So we're back in action. We're under the lights. Aston Villa v Southampton. Can't wait to be back down there. We all know there's no better place than Villa Park, under the lights, when it's rocking, when the atmosphere is great. I'm really looking forward to it. We've had a game postponed against Leicester City, which I felt like we were gonna do Leicester. I felt we were gonna do Leicester. I felt coming off the back of that Man City one, we were going to be full of confidence, full of desire. Application was going to be bang on, and we were going to get the 3 points. We had it postponed, but I think now it's important that we can try and harness the vibe coming out of that, going into this Southampton game. It's important that we still see the characteristics of what we saw against Manchester City: application, desire, passion, hunger, belief, you name it. We saw it against Man City. It's important that if we can do that against one of the best teams in the world, we can do it against anybody. And it really felt like there was that light bulb moment for some of them players. The belief was seeping through their veins. Ashley Young gave them that. He galvanised that team when it went on that football pitch. So for me, we need to harness it. We need to keep that sort of camaraderie, the belief of the team, the smiles on their faces, and make it a happy time on that training pitch, and just make it a happy place playing for Aston Villa. And I think if we can do that, we go into any game believing that we can win. I saw signs of a Steven Gerrard system that was working an absolute treat against Manchester City. Hopefully, the extra little bit of time on the training pitch has been able to fine-tune certain areas of the team that needs working on. And we've got now a well-oiled machine that's going to start churning through, getting consistency, getting some momentum going into the international break. And then coming off the back of the international break, we've got 9 games before the World Cup. So it's important that we are banging form, because October has a vast amount of fixtures with short turnaround. If you are out of form in October, you're going to have an absolute mare. I've said it from day one. If you are not in form in October, you will be languishing around the bottom of the Premier League. So October for me is huge. You can already see that there's a tight group in the Premier League now. I'll share it with you on the screen in a bit as well. And it's important now you break away and you start getting some results, because if you don't, you're going to be down the bottom. If we go back, rewind to the 4-0 against Southampton at home at Villa Park last season, Villa were absolutely fantastic. We were in scintillating form. The football was a joy to watch. Probably the best football we've played under Steven Gerrard in that period where we were playing Leeds, Southampton. It was absolutely fantastic. Coutinho was majestic. And it was the day that I got to meet him as well. So that was absolutely brilliant. A day I'll remember. But he was brilliant. And now he's fell out of form at Aston Villa. He's now out of the Brazil squad. Douglas Luiz is out of the Brazil squad. So it's important now that some of our players start getting a little bit more form, that they can start to give themselves a chance of getting into the England setup. I think Watkins' performance against Man City was fantastic. His hold-up play was awesome. So he has sort of give yourself a bit of a platform. He's playing well. He did well against Everton. He played well against Man City. If he can add a few more goals now, he will be a name that I think will be on the lips of Villa fans to getting into the World Cup squad. But he's got to do more. He's got to get some goals. Coutinho, he's got to find his form. He's got to get back into the Villa side. And it just shows how, against last time we played them, the 4-0, he was sublime. And now he can't get into our team. So he's got to find some form. So let's have a little bit of a look at Southampton, some of the stats, what's going into the game as well. So, like I said, the Premier League is tight, it's congested. West Ham are on 4 points, Villa on 4, Everton on 4, Southampton on 7 points. We'll go level on points with them if we beat them on Friday night. But it's now time to get consistency and get the momentum to catapult yourself away from this relegation zone. Our head-to-head record, 15 wins to Villa, 16 to Southampton, 9 draws. That's in the Premier League era. It'd be nice to sort of level that up with the wins. Form guide, Southampton have got 7 points. They drew 2-2 with Leeds, beat Leicester 2-1 and beat Chelsea. They lost to Manchester United and they lost their last game to Wolves. Our form in this period here wasn't great. But we were trying to hang on against Arsenal. We did show that little bit of fight, but we just conceded straight away. But against Man City, it was a lot better. Something that we can really build on and hopefully give us that platform to start getting some results now. So Southampton's characteristic is coming back from losing positions, very strong, creating chances using through balls, stealing the ball from the opposition. That ties in with their strong central midfield. Keep possession of the ball, very weak. Aerial duels, weak. Defending against attack down the wings, very weak. Attacking down the right is their style of play. Attempted crosses often, control the game in the opposition half. Long balls, take a lot of shots. Opposition play aggressively against them and they rotate their first 11. Here is their average positions against Wolves. Very narrow, like Villa play. And just very congested in this area. Their attacks predominantly come down the right-hand side with Walker-Peters. Our attacks predominantly come down the left-hand side with Luca Dean. So it's going to be a battle of this side. Who can come out on top? Walker-Peters likes to go forward. Luca Dean likes to go forward. Is there going to be space in behind to exploit? It's an area that we've got to be cautious of, and it's an area where Southampton are also going to have to be cautious. They play with 2 holding midfielders predominantly in every single game. Sometimes you will see Ward-Prowse further forward. Sometimes you'll see him playing in this area a little bit deeper as well. We know his threats. It's going to be an important battle. A lot of Southampton's games are sort of won and lost in that midfield area. So it's important that we are there. We're competing. And I think our midfield is looking a lot better. Boubacar Kamara, Douglas Luiz, it's sort of like it's working now. And I think I feel a little bit more confident about our central midfield. Che Adams, top scorer so far for Southampton with 2 goals. Aribo with 1 and Armstrong with 1. They're playing Armstrong on that left-hand side as well, as opposed to playing him a little bit more centrally. Passes, 220 for Ward-Prowse. No surprise to see he's top passer. Tackles is Salisu. So, yeah, if you have a look at 4 of these that I think I've done, central midfield against Leicester was very important. They attacked down the right-hand side. Against Chelsea, they attacked down the right-hand side. Again, midfield was important battle. Against United, they attacked down the right-hand side. And against Wolves, they attacked down the right-hand side and the left-hand side. So it's important that we are on it down our left and we can try and exploit Walker-Peters when he goes forward. They do rotate central midfield often. Against Leeds, they played with a 5 at the back, and I don't think they've played with a 5 at the back all season. Against Manchester United, they played with Ward-Prowse and Lavia in the middle, and they played with an Armstrong, Aribo, and Elianusi. Against Wolves, they played with, in central midfield, Ward-Prowse and Diallo. So they do rotate that central area often. So it's going to be difficult to know which way they're going to be playing. But their front 4 is pretty much always the same. Che Adams, Adam Armstrong on the left, Aribo down the middle, and Elianusi on the right-hand side. Armstrong does come into the side as well. Sometimes he's very, very pacey. He got the goal against Villa at St Mary's, which I don't really want to talk about because it was an absolute shit show last season. And that was the game that ended Dino's reign as manager. I hated that game. But yeah, we've got some threats coming off the bench. Depending on what we do with our system, we've got Coutinho, Emi Buendia, Danny Ings bagged against them last season. So we've got firepower coming off the bench. It's going to be a difficult game, but I feel like this game's all about Aston Villa for me. If we turn up, we press, we go for it, we are tactically strong. I think if we've got a good game plan, I think if we can control the middle of the park, if our fullbacks can get forward, but also have that little bit of stability as well. They are a little bit weaker without Livramento on the left-hand side as well. So if Young is playing and he can get forward as well, I think that's going to be an important area that we can attack their side of the pitch as well. So really looking forward to it. Looking forward to having some football back in my life. Looking forward to be going back down Villa Park. I had to miss the Man City one because I was camping. So it feels like I haven't been down Villa Park for a while. Fan cams will be back straight after the game as well. So if any of you want to come and hop on the fan cams, the Everton fan cam was fantastic. We had so many come on. So many new faces that wanted to get involved as well. And a lot of you wanted to say hi as well. So we had a right little gathering there, which was really, really good. If you can support the channel, subscribe, drop these videos a like, comment in the comment section down below. I'm going for a Villa win. I'm going for a Villa 2-1 Villa win. I'm going for a Leon Bailey, and I'm going to go with a Ollie Watkins goal as well. I'm looking forward to watching Leon Bailey as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing Leon Bailey. I think he's going to be in scintillating form as well. Under the lights, the atmosphere, the confidence that's going to be seeping through his veins as well. I'm really looking forward to watching Bailey. I'm looking forward to going to watch the team, to be fair. I think there's a bit of a positive vibe there now. So really looking forward to it. If we can get stuck into them and come away with 3 points and then go into that international break, it'll put us in good stead. Up the Villa, thanks for supporting. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 9K. Let's get this channel to 9,000 subscribers. Up the Villa.